welcome back to my channel. It's Marissa Explains It All. So today, in keeping with my theme for going clean for June and doing clean beauty, I am reviewing one of Juice Beauty's products today, one of their foundations. So I like this brand. Juice Beauty is one of those brands that has been dedicated to cleaning up the beauty space since I think they said 2005. They were formed in 2000 but kind of started releasing products in 2005. So if you haven't heard of Juice Beauty, they are available at Ulta for some of their products, and then they also have their own site with their full line of products. And their company is committed to producing all certified organic, kind of farm to beauty products that are formulated all vegan, all cruelty free, sustainable, and I guess it's certified organic. And they formulate their products with a base of organic juice instead of water or petroleum based products. So a lot of things will have water as one of the first ingredients, and they kind of felt like, why pay more for things that is mostly water? And they felt like the products would be more effective if they were created with things that were antioxidant rich and rich in vitamin C and things like that, instead of water and petroleum based chemical products. And so they often use aloe leaf juice, lemon juice, I think grape juice and orange juice, or maybe apple juice as their base for some of their products. So it sounds super interesting. I was like, okay, I'm willing to give this a try. So I have tried one of their cleansers before and I really liked it. It was a green apple cleanser, I think, and I liked it a lot. But you know, it's kind of hard to judge a soap because you just have it on for 2 seconds and then you wash it off. So it wasn't stripping to my skin or anything. It was a really good product, but I'm really excited to try their makeup. They do have a full line of skincare and they have a decent line of makeup as well. So let's get into it. I will go ahead and do a demo today of the foundation that I picked up and talk to you a little bit about some of the other foundations that are available. And I'll be right back. Okay, so today I am reviewing the Juice Beauty Phytopigments Youth Cream Compact Foundation. It looks like this. It looks a little dark. I'm just going to tip it towards the light so you can kind of see some of the packaging. The box got a little torn up during shipping, but that's okay. They have 3 foundation formulas. There is a liquid formula, a cream formula, which is this one, and then they have the CC cream. And so I chose this one just after watching a couple different reviews. It seems like the CC cream, of course, is going to be the lightest coverage, and I'm not really looking for super light coverage. I kind of like a medium to heavy coverage, full coverage. Y'all know me, I like to cover all this up. And so I was wanting something that was a little bit more. And then the liquid, I was debated on the liquid and between the liquid and the cream, and the liquid just looked like it was going to be too light of a coverage. It was a little bit more like light to medium, and I was looking more for like medium to heavy. And the liquid formula also says it has a very dewy finish, so as we're starting to approach like summertime and getting hot outside, I was wanting something that wasn't going to be like sliding right off my face, and something that was going to be a little bit, you know, maybe more stick around more and not so liquid. So this particular cream foundation is $45, and it was available at the Juice Beauty site itself. It's actually not available at Ulta. For some reason, Ulta only sells the liquid formula and the CC cream, but not the cream foundation. So this is only available at Juice Beauty's site, and then Juice Beauty's site, of course, sells all 3 of them. So I did unpackage this a little bit before. I just wanted to see if it was my color. This is the only drawback I would say to this particular product, is that there are only 5 shades. And so if you are someone who is in between shades, they have a solution for that. I kind of spoke to this a little bit in my last video where I talked about going clean for June. You can buy these little boosters that adjust the color darker or lighter, but you have to purchase them separately. And so if you wanted to say, if you're in between shades, you would have to take maybe the lighter shade and add a little bit of the bronzing to darken it. And the little juice boosters that adjust the color are $25 each. And so it's unfortunate that you'd have to pay like $45 or something and then also have to adjust it. And plus you have to adjust it every time. So every time you want to do your makeup, you'd have to, you know, remember how many drops you added or whatever. So to me, that's kind of a drawback, only having 5 shades in this product. I know that some of the other products have more shades to them. So the liquid serum formula has 13 shades to it, and I think the CC cream has 6 or 7 shades to it. So not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Your best bet is going to be the liquids serum, you know, foundation formula if you're looking for a wider shade range. The most limiting shade range is this cream foundation. So let's take a look at it. And so of course it comes in this little compact, which is kind of cool. And then when you open it up, it has, I already tested the color just a little bit, but it's got like this little pan that you press, and then the color kind of is dispensed. I think you press this button right here, and then the color kind of pumps out that way. And so that's kind of a neat feature, that you can kind of keep it, like not exposed to the sunlight, and just keep it away from the air, which tends to kind of, affect the quality of the product. So you want to kind of keep it away from all the sunlight and air. So I guess that's kind of a nice design feature. One drawback I did read to this product is that you can't tell when you're getting low, and so because it's hidden, you have no idea how much product you have left. So I mean, it's got its drawbacks, but let's hope it has its benefits as well. So as you can see, it's I just kind of pumped some in here. It isn't really running down too much. It's kind of staying put, which is good. It looks like it's certainly a creamy foundation, so I'm going to kind of do this here. And I did pick up the shade Rosy Beige, which is the second from the lightest, and so I just wanted to see what this looks like and just kind of swatch it. It looks okay so far. It looks very creamy. It's not like a liquid at all. It is very creamy, and it seems to be pretty thick and rub in, pretty well. It has a little bit of a paint smell to it, which is interesting because it's supposed to be like all organic and not really have that many chemicals in it. But some of the ingredients, this one is made with an aloe juice base to it, and then it has other things in it like organic castor seed oil and some organic coconut oil, and that might be interesting if it's got coconut oil can be comedogenic, so it can clog pores. I'm interested to see how my skin does with this, if it breaks out, but it's not everybody is susceptible to coconut oil clogging their pores, but just something to be aware of. But organic safflower oil, jojoba seed oil, organic shea butter, so it's got a lot of great stuff in here. It doesn't have a lot of junk in it, and it actually rates really highly on the Think Dirty app. So if you have followed my last video where I introduced kind of how I gauge the cleanliness of some of the products that I use the Think Dirty app on my phone, and this has a rating of 3 out of 10, which is great. The lower the better. So 0 to 10, 3 is really good. All of the products that it lists are all in the green. So if you kind of look at my little phone here, they're all green products. So it adds up to be a 3, but they're all things that they're not even half and half or much less dirty. They're all clean. So it's okay with that. So I'm just kind of interested in the fact that it smells a little bit like paint. But it's not too bad. So let's get this hair up and we will get this show on the road. Alright, so as per usual, I am starting off with my usual favorite, the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, just because I know this works well for my skin and I like to give it a nice solid base. So this is one thing that I do in all of my foundation reviews as a first step. Just to kind of equalize everything and get it all evened out and all those little pores filled in, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so that's that. And of course we'll be doing a flat top brush on one side, a foundation brush, and then I'll use a beauty blender on the other side. This is my little egg holder. It's so cute. Alright, so I got my little beauty blender holder, and this is already damp, so we'll see how that goes. I'm curious to see how it mixes with the cream formula. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump a few out here, a few pumps here, and then I'm just going to dot it all over and see like I normally would do, and then we'll just blend it in. So far the color seems okay, maybe a little darker than my normal face, but it is summertime, so I'd like to think that I'm going to get some kind of color here soon. Alright, I am covered now, so I'm just going to use the rest of this to kind of get my brush a little bit dirty with the product and then see how it starts blending out. So far, all the hairs got in there. All the hairs. So far, the coverage looks pretty good. I'm just kind of stippling, but I guess I should do the true brush motion. I'm so used to Beauty Blender, you guys. I mean, I just can't get on board generally with the brushes, but sometimes products really do work better with a brush. And this is one of those that I think I've heard and read some reviews that people liked the finish better with a brush because it is a thick formula, and this kind of sheared it out a little bit and it wasn't so thick. So not too bad. It is dewy, like a little bit of a dewy finish, which I think I knew it would be. So it's not terrible. I'm going to bring this down a bit, get a little bit more product on my brush, and drag this down across the neck, here, and the ear, just to kind of blend it. And then I think I will put just a tiny bit more on the areas that I have some scarring. But let's see, yeah, this actually stippling it out really does build it That's not bad. It's really nice so far. I'm impressed. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, all right. Well, that is one side. Okay, so there's the difference. And then let's take a look at the other side. I'm gonna do, again, the same thing, or I'm just gonna kind of put some dots around here, and then I'll try to blend it out with the Beauty Blender. And then this will be our moment of truth to see if it actually works with a blender. I feel like I might be using too much. What's new? I always use so much foundation. All right, let's try this and see if that is good. I feel like I'm using like maybe 3 or 4 pumps, but I don't know, might be too much. I don't know. Okay, all right, let's see how this goes on. So oddly enough, I don't know if it's just because I have more scarring on this side, but I don't feel like it really covered as well on this side with the Beauty Blender. I'm gonna put some more on and we'll see. Maybe I just didn't put as much on as I did the other side. So maybe that's just it. My little dots were not even. But let's try that and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so not bad. It does build if you put a little bit more on, so that's good. I do feel like this is more of a medium coverage, but it offers enough coverage to where I will be comfortable wearing this every day. I don't feel like it's something I would probably wear like a night on the town, you know, because I have bad skin. But if you have really good skin and you don't have acne scarring or hyperpigmentation or any kind of marks that you're looking to cover up, then you might be fine with just getting away with this, and it actually might cover more. But so let me zoom you in just a little bit so you can see a little bit of the finish a little bit closer up. So here is how the finish is looking. So as you can see, it hasn't covered everything up, but it is very dewy. It's something that I would probably you know, want to set obviously with powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But yeah, it is a dewy finish. I'm curious to see if it oxidizes, but this is how it's looking so far. It's very natural and it's very like glowy, very dewy. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera and I'll be right back and I'll let you know how this does with the rest of my products and we'll see if it oxidizes. Okay, so I finished my makeup and it looks pretty natural. I'm really liking it so far. You know, it is maybe a slightly darker than my natural color, but so far it hasn't really oxidized or anything. I think if I had like a little bit of a self-tan going or a little bit more color, I think it would be fine. I really like it. It is like a dewy finish, like I said before. I think it is just dewy. I could probably have powdered it a little bit more, but I wanted to kind of see what it did naturally. I only powdered really lightly, and so if you don't want this much of a shine, you could probably just, you know, powder more. But it's really pretty nice so far. I actually went in a little bit maybe too heavy with some of my bronzer here, but in person it looks very pretty. It looks very natural. I'll zoom you in just a bit closer so you can see up close. So here you can kind of see what it looks like. It's not bad. I know it doesn't really cover every single little thing here, of course, but it is not bad coverage at all, especially for a natural product. Of course, I'm seeing a lot of, you know, dewiness through here, so I think I probably will powder just a little bit more, and then we will do a wear test. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little time to sit. I'll do a couple of check-ins. I'll check in maybe once or twice, and we will see how it wears throughout the day. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I am back doing a check-in. It's been about 6 hours so far, and it's actually holding up pretty well. It is a lot shinier. It's like very dewy, a kind of glowy look, and maybe oily in some places. Just usually I kind of get that in the T-zone anyway, so it looks like it is just kind of letting some of my natural oils in, and it has worn pretty well. Some places where I may have rubbed off just by, you know, doing this number, or you know, I was on the phone actually, so having my cell phone here maybe worn a little bit off, but overall it's held up really well. I'm impressed. It looks very pretty and kind of natural and glowy. I think if I were in the middle of summertime and maybe like in a little bit more humid spot, I might put more powder on. I might powder it just to kind of touch it up, but it's very, I think it's pretty. I like it a lot so far. I think just it may not work well for someone who has oily skin, because I tend to have kind of on the drier combination to drier skin, and so I think this is perfect for me, but may not be perfect for someone who has really oily skin. So I'll keep that in mind, but I'm gonna give it a few more hours before I take it off, and I'll be back for my final thoughts. Okay, so it's the end of the night and I'm here with my final thoughts. So this this actually is really pretty. I really like this foundation. I know I was really hard on it today and I actually rubbed a lot of it off just physically, but I think it held up really well for what I was putting it through. I also didn't mind the dewiness as much. I thought it actually looked really kind of healthy and pretty and glowy, and especially not under the studio lights. This is making it really more obvious. There's all the light shining on my face. It's kind of picking up the shine. But when you're in this an everyday setting, I didn't notice that it was like really, oh wow, it's super oily. My nose is probably the oiliest of the bunch here, the oiliest part. So if I was throughout the day, I might actually just like powder my nose a little bit. But honestly, I didn't really feel like I had to do that until the end of the day, when it had already been on for, you know, 10 hours or something like that. So I think it held up really well. I'm impressed with it. I really liked that I'm getting something that is organic and good for the skin without all the harmful chemicals that other products have in it, a ton of things that you can't even pronounce. I like that it's something that is seems a lot more natural and healthy for your skin. So I will definitely keep wearing this, and I think the only drawback would be the shade range and the fact that it does get pretty dewy if you are someone who doesn't like that look, or if you're someone who is oily anyway. So those are the two things that I would just keep in mind. But if you're a dry skin person or a combination skin person that doesn't mind powdering a little bit more, then this is an awesome product, and I definitely like it a lot, especially if you don't put it through the ringer like I did, where you're like physically rubbing it off. If you don't touch your face like you're not supposed to, then you'll be fine. So that's my thoughts on this. Tell me what you think if you've tried anything from the Juice Beauty line. I'm excited to try more of their products as time goes on. I certainly will pick up some more of their skin products. They have a whole range of eyes, lips, cheeks, and face products, as well as skincare. So this is a good line and a thumbs up in my book. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. Love to have you, and I will bring you guys more reviews next time. I'll see you guys. Bye.